We are two girls on a fast track. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Two Girls on a Fast Track, episode number 41. Is it? It's 41.
It is.
How are you, Lynn?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. We had a nice weekend. Took some time, to relax a bit and did some cooking. I'm in a cooking mood these days. So yeah, my husband is taking advantage of because I'm doing dessert these days. So he's really happy about it. Totally. And I hear that you had a great masterclass on Saturday, right?
It was a very good masterclass. I've been doing Becoming a Brain Warrior, and it's a 6-series masterclass that eventually will come to Zoom, but right now I'm just doing it in person. And it really is about the principles surrounding your brain and all the incredible things that it does. Not all of them, but like we get into some detail. So many people struggle with mental health and anxiety and depression and even substance use and overeating, undereating, moods, all sorts of things, right? Whether it's a diagnosis or not. And I've worked with a lot of people who have had some real challenges. And I found that the work that Dr. Daniel Amen does is just incredible. So change your brain, change your life. That's kind of the philosophy that we're working with. And there's small changes that people can make nutritionally, exercise, even just supplements can make a really big difference in people's lives.
It did for me. You know how it worked for me. And that brought me to add something else, because we all know supplements are not miracle pills. So what made me thought, and it's all in the brain. You just have to think about it. If supplements are doing good stuff, well, just add a little bit more exercise in your routine. We've said that I don't know how many times in the past episodes. Eat as healthy as you can, like 80% of the time, so you can keep a little 20% for you and to treat yourself. But I mean, it all starts in the brain. It all starts with a thinking, and just 1 + 1 = 2. There's nothing else you can do about that. So better be a brain warrior. I love that.
Becoming a brain warrior. So it's a biopsychosocial spiritual approach to your health. And when you think about brain health being mental health, you want to do everything you possibly can to really preserve this amazing organ that we have in our body.
Yes, totally. And I agree. And I look forward to the day that you'll do that on Zoom, because we're 8 hours apart. So there's no way I can make it on Saturday morning.
It's not going to happen.
That's for sure. And today we have an interesting topic. And actually we are today, the day you are watching this episode, is Halloween.
Yes.
Okay. So, but after Halloween, we already start to think about, you have your magic wand.
Magic wand will be your fairy godmother today.
And actually, right after Halloween, you take all the Halloween decorations in, if you have some, and then you start thinking about Christmas, holidays. And I think that a good gift that we could give to small business, small entrepreneur, solopreneur, is how to help them without spending a dime, actually. So those are tips and tricks today, is about how to help an entrepreneur, a small business, how to help them without spending a dime. And this idea came to me with a newsletter that I receive every week that is in form of a newspaper. I love it. There's tons of tips and tricks there, and I'm going to keep some for future episode. I think they're really instructive and interesting, and there's some topic there that we already spoke. So I think we're on the right path here with what we're doing at Two Girls on a Fast Track. So there's a few ways that you can help somebody that you know in your network without spending a dime. And the first thing I think that is important, if you trust somebody, if you trust that particular person who has a business or a small online business, whatever, is to share their stories. Sharing on social media, it doesn't cost anything.
And especially if those stories are in alignment with what you do. And if they're in alignment with who you are, And yeah, I love that. I mean, it's nothing to really share somebody's experience. And when you share it, you could put a little bit of a little bit of your own comment,
Oh,
like,
totally.
love this, or,
Especially
so
if you've
happy
used their
that you do
services
this
or
work.
products. Yeah.
Yeah. Or just even if you haven't used the services and you just really are inspired by the story, this story really inspires me. And
Yeah.
then people in your network are going to take a look at it. Oh, if it inspires Lynn, maybe it'll inspire me, and they'll
Yeah.
be encouraged to read it.
Word of mouth does an
Oh,
amazing job
huge.
when
Yeah,
you have a business. We know
absolutely.
it's the
Hmm.
principle of BNI. So word of
Yeah,
mouth is a powerful tool,
it really
and it
is.
doesn't cost you a dime to share
Yeah.
somebody's story. Another thing you can do, and believe me, I do that often, is to offer your expertise. If you
Hmm.
know something, if you would be helpful to somebody. And I have a meeting this afternoon with somebody who just starts her cleaning business, and she was looking for ideas on how to get customer. And simply I said to her in the post, well, we should talk because I started 2 years ago and I would be able to help you out. So sharing an expertise, sharing experience that you have, it costs
Hmm.
just a little bit of your time, and you can help so many people with that. I know you do that too.
Oh yeah, and especially, if somebody's looking for a recommendation, or they notice, or they might post about a problem that they're having,
Yep.
and you can totally either put it in a comment or a private message, especially if you know somebody to help. And I just got a call today from, a lady from our yoga studio. I'm really having a hard time. Who do you recommend? And it turns out that, it's something that I can help her with. Right. So we're booking a coaching session. So
Awesome.
you just never know when people are listening and what they're doing. And I get a lot of people after the fact that say, I've been following you on Facebook for a while, and, I really like what you say, or you really inspire me. I don't tell you enough, like I don't tell it to you, but I'm telling you now. And it feels good knowing that you're doing some good things
Oh,
on,
totally,
on
totally.
social
So
media.
offer your expertise, your
Yeah.
experience, some tips and tricks on how to. I don't know. Even sometimes it's just how do you do your quote, Marie, when you approach a customer? How do you do your quotes? Well, I'll send you a couple of example.
Mhm.
Go ahead. I'm giving
Exactly.
that away just
Yeah.
because I want to help.
Yes, I love
Another
it.
thing we do all the time in our wonderful networking organization is that we put people in contact together.
Oh, I love that. I
Me
love
too.
connecting people. Yeah,
Yes,
it's so much fun.
yes.
Yeah,
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 because you never know who's in the room, you never know who's in the Zoom or whatever when you do a networking event, and you
yeah,
may hear or talk to someone says, "Well, I'm actually looking for that type of service or product or person," and then you
yeah.
say, "Well, let me," and I do that on a regular
Yeah,
basis.
I love that. Yeah. It's just feels so good
Yeah.
for me to help somebody. And, and especially if it's not me, right? It almost feels better because
Yes,
you just
we're
you know
givers.
you're
We're
helping
givers.
somebody
Yeah.
else. Yeah,
Totally.
I love that.
And even with our health and wellness, we might have not have the specific product that that person is looking for, but we know other companies that are great
Hmm.
that has maybe the products that that person is
Yes,
looking for.
yes,
Why not? We're not in competition with anybody.
that's
I
right.
think that a good relationship with other health and wellness advocate is also good because if one day somebody asks them for something that they don't have, they're going to immediately think of us. And that's the giver's gain philosophy
You
right
bet.
now, right
Yeah,
now. So
yeah.
put people in contact together. I find that it's fun and it's
Hmm.
rewarding, especially if that person says, well, I did reach out to that person you talked to me about and I can thank you enough for stuff like that. That's our
So
reward
true.
right there, right there. Another thing you can do, well, this might be costing you a little bit of money. We said that helping without spending a dime, but if you are capable of, and we talk about a lot of local shopping, right? And try to make our shopping the most local as possible. You can maybe try one of two of their products or one of
Yeah.
their coaching session, just
Mhm.
to see what it's all about, and then maybe you can better help them after that.
Yes, yes, I love that. And one of my posts was all about, put a link to your business, for people who want to shop local and want to shop like from people they know.
Yes.
And I have to say, I do like the shop local, and I really like, supporting whenever I can. But I also realize that, some of the big box stores like our Costco's and our Walmarts employ local people.
Yes.
So when we keep them in business too, right? Like, and it's really about, shopping within our community as much as we can and supporting what goes on in our community, if it makes sense for us, right?
Totally.
But I really like the fact that, when we sometimes don't know what other people are doing. So
Exactly.
like on my post, I think I got a number of comments, and I'm like, oh, I had no idea this person did this. And I went and checked things out and ordered a couple of things. And
Yes.
yeah, whenever you can try the services yourself, it puts you in such a great position to post a review, which is probably coming up, or doing a comment of your own, or
Yes.
a post yourself on your
Yeah, well,
social media.
actually, it's in this particular tip is that you would be able to give feedback.
Yeah, and write a review, because
Yes,
that's really helpful when your business has a Google page and you do a Google review. It actually helps you with your search engine optimization, which
yes,
is a SEO, is
yes,
where your name gets kind of pulled to the top of the list when Google searches you, like
yes.
coaches or wellness coaches, or whatever, right? You want your name to be on that top page.
And that takes just a couple of seconds of your time. It's really
Oh,
not
good.
long. If
Yeah.
you did not use their products or services, you can just say that you trust that person with what they
Yes.
do, and you heard so much good feedback, or whatever. Just be honest in your review and your
Mhm.
feedback, especially if you're giving a feedback to the person. Be honest. If you
Yeah.
did not like it that much, just make it a constructive critic. Am I
Yeah.
saying that correctly? Yeah.
Constructive feedback, right?
Constructive
Constructive
feedback,
feedback.
totally,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
Yes.
And that was the next point. You can
Yeah.
give some positive feedback or negative, but if it's negative, and I see that way too much often on Facebook, social media, whatever, people are gonna trash something or
Yeah.
somebody or a business because maybe, I don't know, that they didn't have the product they needed, or maybe they waited too long on the phone, or maybe this and that. It doesn't mean that it's always like that. Just give them
Mhm.
one chance. If you repeatedly tried and okay, forget about it. But what is the point to go on social media and say to everybody, don't ever go to this place, or whatever thing happened to me?
Mhm.
It's not good, and it can escalate very, very bad.
Well, it doesn't put you in a favorable light, and especially if that's a trend. And I think one of our upcoming episodes will be about social media
Yes.
tips and how to help you there. But I would say that, certainly if you've got a big following, and you've had a horrendous experience, and you feel like many people need to know about it, that's one thing. But if you are always kind of posting something negative, or just don't have a really nice comment to make when somebody posts something, then I would say it's kind of like, what my mom used to say: if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Exactly. Yeah, you just shut up,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
reach out to the business or the person. Listen, I
Yeah.
had this bad experience, and I just wanted to let you know
Yeah.
that this or that happened to me. Maybe you should try and do something about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that would be a great service to the person or the business that
Yeah.
you don't have to go on. Facebook is like, sometimes I think I'm in a kindergarten on Facebook. I mean,
Oh, is that right?
oh, guys, stop it, just stop it.
Yeah.
Another thing you can do, and that's fun, that's a fun thing to do, is to participate in their event.
Yes, yes. A lot of events are happening via Zoom. There are lots of events happening in person now. And,
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I certainly don't go out as much as I used to. And when I do go out, I'm always, really happy to be out.
Oh,
It's
me
it's
too. Me too.
fun.
Well, I actually started a couple of months ago to go
Yeah.
more out. I try to do it once a week. And I remember 2 weeks ago, I had 3 events in 2 days outside in person, three
Yeah.
events in 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, was I tired on Wednesday night? But I mean this, and I'm a social person. I love it. It gives me energy,
Yes.
and I've met with close to 100 people in 2 days. Can you
Goodness.
imagine?
Yeah.
I was ecstatic when I was
I
tired, but I
can.
was so happy. And then
Yeah.
I said, okay, I need to manage a little bit more my time because
Yeah.
this is too much at some point. But I try to make a stand to go. I'm really into LinkedIn locals. I go often, BNI, obviously, but also other event. It could be an opening for a painter or
Mhm.
a book. I go to, I have a
Right.
couple of authors
Author.
in my network, and they do some book launches.
Mm.
And this event is free. If you want to buy the book, it's on you, but the event
Yeah.
is free. So you go there, and they're so happy when they see you. Oh
Mm.
my God, you're here. I didn't know. And that's what I like to do. I don't say that I'm going to go. So
Right.
they are so surprised to see me there. And this is so fun because
Yeah.
when they see you, they're really happy. And then the attention is on both of you at the same
Yeah.
time. And
Mhm.
yeah, I like to make surprises. I
Oh, I love that.
love surprises. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yes,
go
you
out there
do.
and be there for them.
I know how much you like surprises.
Yeah, you remember. Yeah, I think you're gonna remember that all your life. And I think I still
Absolutely.
have the short video I did when I
Loved it.
knocked on your door and you
Yeah,
didn't
for those of you who don't know, Marie surprised me. 8 hours. She drove 8 hours to come and see me for the weekend. She got it all planned out with my husband
Yes.
and didn't had no idea. And she showed up at the door, knock, 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 and had her video going.
It
What a great weekend.
was amazing, amazing. And I get to spend like what 3 days with you,
Just
three,
so
four
much
days with
fun.
you.
Yeah.
And I visited Sudbury, which was amazing. We
Mhm.
still have our t-shirts.
Yes,
Ben
that's right.
is wearing them like all the time. He has
I
two, I
love
have
it.
one. So yeah, if it's a surprise for me, it's the best way
It's so much
I
fun.
love
Yeah.
that. Another thing you can do is, let's say you know somebody that is developing an app or a software. You
Mm.
could be a beta tester.
Oh yeah, when you're a beta tester, and I did this with a friend of mine was doing a leadership course. You can get it at a significantly reduced rate or free
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. And then what it does is you can give feedback on how the program, the app or the program is working. And it really helps them to launch their product more successfully.
Yeah, I actually did that with one of my BNI buddy. I think it was before the pandemic, and
Mhm.
he was a personal trainer, and he was starting a new platform, which I had to answer a huge questionnaire about my health.
Mm.
And with that, he was building a training program personalized for me. I didn't pay for the first one.
Right.
So I'll give it to you for free. Could you please test the platform to make sure? Because when he sends you the program, there's some short videos on how to do the actual exercise. So that was
So
amazing for
cool.
me. And
Yeah.
then I so loved it that when I had to go, one step further, I bought the other one, and he made me a really fair price when I bought the second one.
Because he remembered that you supported him. I
Yeah,
love
totally.
that. Mhm.
Another thing you can do, and this is the last point, and I think it's one of the most important thing, is to offer your moral support.
And what does that mean to you, the
Well,
moral
actually,
support?
let's say you know somebody that is struggling with their business.
Mhm.
They don't have the energy, or let's say they don't have nobody to support them. If it's a friend, especially if it's a friend, even if you're
Mhm.
long distance, whatever, with today's technology, you can reach out to anybody. Be there for them, and just don't say, "Oh, I'll be there for you." Be a little bit more insistent in your
Mhm.
approach,
Mhm.
especially if you find that person that used to be on Facebook or whatever platform every day, and then for a couple of days there's nothing.
Mhm.
You should be a little bit worried and reach out a couple of times to that
Mhm.
person. A moral support, um I think, is the best way to help somebody that is struggling in their business?
Well, and I mean, yes, for sure, people who are struggling, but I also think that it's helpful, to people to reach out, right? Just to, in a private message, to say,
Yes.
I'm thinking about you. I haven't heard from you in a while, and I'm just thinking about you. I have a whole list of people that I've reached out to, and I keep them, top of mind. And it might take me 6 months or a year to say, to reach out back out to them. But, most often I'll get oh my gosh, thank you for thinking about me. This was great. And, or this really made my day, or, whatever. And I get cards from, from friends just randomly who just happened to see something on Facebook, I guess, and sent me, an anniversary wish, or, hey, you got this wish, or something, it's really
and you remember at the beginning of the year, I lost one of my best friend in BNI, and his wife was like struggling big time. And I was there for her, actually, and physically I was there for her. But even after a couple of months, every 2 to 3 weeks, I just send her a text. Say, hey, I'm thinking of you. I hope you and the boys are okay. Just reach out if you need. Every 2-3 weeks, I send her a text. Sometimes she replies. Sometimes she replies like 2 weeks after that, but it's okay. She knows I'm there. She knows I'm there. And she is struggling with the business because she's all alone. And they had both one business. So, and they didn't have tons of employee. And I'm actually always listening for an opportunity to connect her to people that are looking for work.
Yes,
that could fit the business. And I did send her 2 person actually in the past couple of months.
Love it.
So
that's the value of being a master connector, right? When you know people and can help. That's just that I don't know, that's just
because your network is not only for you to keep. Right. You have to share your network. And it is important to remember that the effort at the time you invest with somebody else to help them out is as precious as sometimes is if you would give them $1,000. I don't know. I mean, it is precious as money. Every little contribution you can make could be could have a significant impact in their lives and in their business.
Yeah, that is fantastic. I love that.
Yes, awesome. And like you said, our next topic will be about social media. Maybe we're going to take more than one episode on that. We'll see how it goes. So I'll leave you with the lead for the next one.
Our vision for it, my vision for it is improving your social media presence, like things that you can do to improve your social media presence.
Yes, with your vision, your perception, your experience. I'm not a big social media beast. You're there more often than me. And maybe we can do one that you talk about your and the next one. Maybe that's something we can do. And where's my quote? Oh, okay. And my quote is so on the topic today. Obviously.
I can't wait.
And I couldn't find who said that. But it says, helping one person might not change the world, but it could change the world for one person.
Oh, I love that. Say that again.
Yes. Helping one person might not change the whole world, but it could change the world for one person.
Love that. That's fantastic.
So guys, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell so you won't miss when we upload a video. You can see us every Tuesday morning on 2 Girls on a Fast Track on YouTube. And we hope you enjoy. Give us some ideas on how you think you can help a small business entrepreneur. If we didn't cover a certain point and you do it, please share with others. The more we know, the better we are.
That's right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lynn. See you next time, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
We are 2 Girls on a Fast Track.